Whoa, what a heavy ass day it has been today, guys and gals. If you didn't hear that Robert F. Kennedy speech, I have it posted. You should check it out. Sela said hello during the RFK. My comment about the Biden media not covering his endorsement were censored. It's so yeah, yeah. I think none of that's gonna matter. There were like what almost 2 million people watching that in the end. And I mean, I was getting teary eyed and started to cry at the end because he was too. It was beautiful. Everybody should listen to what he has to say. It's more than you would have ever known, especially if you don't know Robert F. Kennedy Jr., if you haven't listened to him really well in the last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever years. If you don't know this man, you need to take an hour and get to know this man because he's going to be working in the U.S. government under Donald Trump soon. So it's very important that you understand the power that he's going to wield and what he wants to do. It's all very beautiful and yeah, just almost shockingly. This makes me feel like I'm in the Matrix. Right now, Bitcoin's pushing near $64,000. It's gotten very, very close. All of the shitty policies I could have ever imagined that Kamala would unleash were actually worse than I would have thought. She could have just done universal basic income and got the win. I don't know what the fuck she was thinking, but she decided, hey, let's just talk about taxing a bunch of people and doing more of the same and allowing a bunch of illegal immigration and other things to occur. And we'll just call them first generational and give them houses on top of all the other stuff. It's just so many crazy policy decisions that they decided to throw out there. I don't know why. You think they would have just been smart and dialed it back. Picked centrist, played the centrist card. She would have had an easy win. They control the media 9-1. 9-1 positive articles versus the 9-1 negative against Trump, right? So like They could have won this so easily. I just don't get it. Anyway, I digress. Tesla, as you can see down here, up a decent amount today. What are the options doing? What are you yielding us today? So Tesla, the stock, up 4.44%. The options doubling, essentially, a little more than a double. That's pretty good. Up 67,000 on the main account. With the alt account, it's probably close to 100 between the two. Clean Spark today, 13.64, so it's running a little like double too. These are just getting started. These aren't even fun yet, guys. You just wait until this really gets going, and these will get nuts. Look at these hood calls for Robinhood. Robinhood up 6.28% on the day. Hood. My 2026 call is up 19%. My 2025 is up 28%. Just stupid returns on some of these things. Let's see how PayPal's doing. PayPal not up a lot today. It looks like the options are actually flat to down too. Not too crazy. It's actually had a pretty good run. It makes sense that people are kind of taking a break from this one and then looking at others. That's what stocks do, guys. It's like an ebb and a flow, right? Back and a forth until we find balance. But let's look at the heat map today. What's the heat map look like? And again, just a lot of so many of these are doing so well. I'm probably up across my account. Let's just do some math here. Probably maybe 150,000 today. Like nothing crazy for me. I do better a lot of the time when the market really starts to fire. But we're just getting started, so I got no complaints. Very green market across the stock market. Let's look at the crypto world. Very green day in the crypto world. 5.62. Bitcoin just crushing it, even more so than the altcoins. But I got a feeling what happens is Bitcoin will scream higher, like it's doing right now at 63.8. We'll hit 64 soon. And when that happens, we'll go and go and go, and Bitcoin will outperform. Then eventually it'll top out, and it'll sit there and it'll take a break when it hits our next level. That could be a while though. Let's actually look. Let me do something. I need to move some things around. I got Bitcoin in the bottom over here. For now, I'm probably just going to kill that in a second, but I'm going to move Bitcoin up top. I'm going to reset this. So let's just get the wider view here, right? Because this is getting beautiful. So I could see us getting up to about 65 pretty easily over the weekend. There's a chance that we could actually shoot up by Monday and be at $68,000, believe it or not. Let me kill this stock one. There you go. That's gone. $68,000, if you can imagine that. Over the weekend here. That'd be a heck of a weekly candle. It'd be one of the best we've seen in a very long time, going back here to February of 2024. That's a while. But yeah, so this is what's happening. I told you over here too. I told you, let me just show you here on the daily. I told you that we had broken out and established support, and we're starting to roll higher, right? Like that this was going to happen, and that this was a diamond pattern, and that's going to go up. And what are we doing? We're at the 100 moving average on the daily right now, getting ready to break above that. When we do that, when we get above that 100 moving average, like in the 64 range, we are above all major moving averages on the daily time frame, and they're underneath of us, and they'll be our launch pad for further upside. And you can see where this has happened before. When it starts to happen, when we get above, we have massive breakouts. Then we break down. Sometimes we find the 50. A lot of the times we find the 100. If you go back through all historical time frames, this is normal on the daily. And then we just keep going. So you can expect more of that continuation pattern because we've had an awesome consolidation. It's been a long, long, painful one. Bitcoin loves to give you the pain. Markets love to give you the pain before they give you the reward. They try and see. The biggest thing that I think people don't understand is just human psychology, your own psychology, the psychology of markets around the world, because they have such a dramatic impact on everything. The psychology has a dramatic impact on everything. And they wait till people are exhausted and give up, and then they oscillate in the other direction. It's just how things work. And then there's always the truth, which we work hard to find, right? Let's look at the S&P. How are we doing today? S&P looks like it is up 1% on the day. Again, a very nice looking pattern. Remember the people that were freaking out over here? Right here? Just like stupid shit, guys. Stupid shit. No reason for it whatsoever. Look at what we've done since the yen carry trade. Just up. Just up. And now we're going to continue that and look to break above the .618. And when that happens, it's just balls to the wall, still 6,500. It's going to get really nuts here. But yeah, 1.06% right now. Getting ready to close. We got about 6 minutes left on the day. Let's look at the NASDAQ. I'll get in here and start looking at you guys' comments too. NASDAQ 19,700. It's about the same as the S&P, so it hasn't done too much. Nice launch pad. It's above peak volumes, just like I said I wanted to see yesterday. And I could see us going higher again, above all moving averages on the daily time frame already for the Nasdaq. The S&P is getting there, like getting ready to crush it. This one already has been. It's already found support on the 50-day moving average. Let's look at the Russell. The small caps. Look at the outperformance on small caps and IWM. Oh, hey, all you Tom Lee haters, I got something for you. Okay? You guys are sucking it today. So sorry for you, son. IWM's probably like up 10+% as they get a 3% return in this index and drastically outperform all of the others. I'm just going to give a huge party for that. That looks awesome. Again, I said all this stuff was coming, and it's playing out exactly as I've said. Exactly, in almost every single way, whether it be politically or within markets from a technical aspect, fundamentals, everything. The dollar. Crushing the dollar today. Now, I said, hey, we're going to find support here. I still think we're going to. We're in this box. We're going to stay in this range, I think. And actually, the bottom part, I need to move it down to right about here. Right, I do think we're going to stay in this range. Like we might get down to here and test support at like the 50 on the monthly, but I think we're still going up. Hey, JP Stowe, thanks, dude. I appreciate the $10 for the birthday. It's going to be a good one. Honestly, man, when you get to my age, you're just happy to be alive. You know, you're just happy not to be dead. Every day you don't feel a lot of pain. Every day you get to hang out with the people you love is a good day. Bogdan, early market recap today. Yeah, I've decided to start early. If you guys haven't seen the Robert Kennedy video, it had me crying, man. It was beautiful. It's just, there's amazing stuff happening. Later today, I'll be on my trip already, but later today we'll be listening to Trump at his rally in Arizona, and he'll probably be there with Robert F. Kennedy, who's supporting him now. And it's just, this race is over. As long as people stand up, as long as people realize the power they have right now, this race is over. It's our time to do the work now. They've done it for us. So, but yeah, it's beautiful. Anyway, the dollar down hard today, 0.84%. Good stuff. Let's check out gold. Gold today. Gold is up 1.19%. Okay. So it's up like what? 30%? 31%? Yay. Almost 31%. Congratulations, guys. 13 years. Oil up 268. I think this is optimistic. I think this is good. This means that we're going to try and go higher. I don't hate this at all. I think oil can be range bound. Again, I said we would find support down here, and we did it, right? So the bond volatility index, flat, beautiful, love it. Let's check out the VIX. I haven't looked at the VIX today. Let's do that. And then I need to totally start putting these other crypto related indicators or Bitcoin related indicators out there. VIX crush continues. Again, largest VIX crush on a monthly time frame in history if we stay down here. On the weekly, we already had the biggest VIX crush in history. So I told you what was coming next. Markets go up. 2 year. The 2 year continuing to roll over just like I like it. Tezos, man, thanks for the 20. You guys are awesome, dude. It's going to be a good birthday. Happy birthday, brother. Thank you for all the hard work you put in every day. That's great, man. I try to do well by you guys. I try. I work really hard to do it. I promise you that. Not every day, but most days. All right, so we're going to roll over again. I said this before, but the 2 year wants to go down. Expect this thing even in the twos. The 2%, I'd say by spring, maybe even sooner. It just all depends. But this is good. This is good. We want to see it roll over. Let's see how our inversion's doing. We're getting closer to uninverting. We'll see if that happens. The yen. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I don't think it's going to happen yet. I don't think the uninversion's going to happen yet. The U.S. dollar gains strength against the yen. This is a beautiful thing. This is a good thing. Sela said, good for we middle angers too. Cooper, hey team, just got in. Did I miss anything today? I mean, if you didn't see the Robert F. Kennedy video, it's insane, dude. You gotta watch it. It's insane. It literally made me cry. It's beautiful. And good things are coming. And the markets are gonna show us how good they're gonna get. So the dollar gained strength against the won too. This is probably I think we're getting close to probably like peak strength for some of this stuff before we start to see some sideways chop in both the yen and the won, with the won ending up turning weaker. The ruble, I want to check the ruble. I never check the ruble, but there's crazy shit happening. Okay, so the dollar gained against the ruble too. That's interesting. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens here. This is going to be interesting to see what happens. Put call ratio. Up today. But again, everybody was hedging, and then all this great stuff happened. I showed this earlier today too. So everybody was getting ready to hedge. The markets, as the markets are dropping, everybody's buying hedges. They buy their hedges. Now the market's going to go up, and then they're going to get fucked on their hedges, and then the put call ratio will drop again. It's just like so easy to see. It's like foretold in the stones. Logan speaking facts again. I like that name. Happy 25th birthday. I wish. Thank you though. In spirit, I'm no older than like 18. Trust me, my wife would agree with that. Kamawa, happy birthday in advance, Jesse. Have a great year. Thanks, dude. I will. All right, let's move on here. So we've done a little Bitcoin looking. We've done a lot of the other stuff. We've looked at most everything else. I do want to quickly look at other indicators, and then we'll kind of jump into some other U.S. economic data. I think the big data today is just Jackson Hole was great. And the Fed said that they're going to pivot. They're pivoting in the other direction now, and so they're going to be very accommodative, even though the market is starting to look a little stronger too. But it sounds like as long as inflation isn't screaming higher, they're accommodative, and that's the road ahead. So that was wonderful, and now we have Robert F. Kennedy backing Trump in one of the most beautiful speeches I probably heard politically in my entire life. And I don't know, man. It feels like a pretty good fucking day. So we didn't get as high as I was hoping on Tesla because we drew back a little bit, but whatever, man. This is a good week. The impulse is definitely to go strong, to go higher and go stronger. And with Tesla, we know that 1010 is still a ways off. We've still got over a month and a half, almost 2 months really, for that event. So it's going to go higher. I actually think we're going to get near 300. I think we get at least to the 290s. I don't see how that doesn't happen. So I'm really excited about Tesla. I'm excited about everything, guys. Feliz. Oh, thanks, man. Thank you, Antonio. All right, PayPal. All right, PayPal up to 0.25%. Nothing fancy, but you got to remember, guys. Let's just do this. Just look at the volume that's sitting in front of it here. I told you this already earlier in the week. I said, hey guys, we're going up, but don't get it twisted. If we grind up here under peak volume, if we grind under here where peak volume lies, again, lots of volume, that's okay. That just means we're hitting a wall and trying to break through it. It doesn't have to happen right away. We've been down here a long fucking time. I don't care if it happens in a week, 2 weeks. Honestly, I think it's happening quick now with everything we're seeing. Market's kind of reset from our drop. So many good things happening. The bullish indicator down here too. I forget what this is. A friend let me have it, but it shows institutional ownership and just massive buying in PayPal. So yeah, this is going to do really good too. But if we take a break for a week, don't be worried about it. Let's look at Robinhood. Robinhood benefited on so many levels from what's happened today. I love my calls right now for Robinhood. I don't know if I'm up 20K or what it said on the other screen, but this is not 3 white soldiers, but damn, this is a positive pattern. Again, we already overextended and did our measured move from a head and shoulders, broke all the way down, and now we've launched almost 50% since that time, up 6.18 on the day and 0.14 in after hours. Robinhood is ready for $30. If you like 50% fucking moves, I hope you own this. And if you like 150% moves like the calls I've got right now to 200%, and the coming months and quarters, then, well, you're going to be happy to own that for sure. SoFi. Let's see. How's SoFi? I haven't even paid attention. What a crazy fucking weekly candle on SoFi. Look at this, dude. This is almost a bullish hammer. Whatever. It's still a hammer. This is such a great candle. Look at that. Look at that wick. We're sitting on a downtrend that started in November of 2021, so 2022, 2023, 2024, almost 3 years of downtrend, and we're ready to break out through the door for the first time fucking ever in that 3 years. So yeah, I'd say 55, 56% returns are very much in your future if you own SoFi. So get Square. I heard some beeps on Square today. Didn't do much though, it looks like. 2.37. It looks like it did close right above the fib level. So that's good. We like the fact that we closed under or above the fib, the first fib. So we could maybe consolidate in here before launching up to like the 68 range. But this is looking good. This is a healthy bounce. This retrace that we had and finding support is super healthy. Look at the velocity there. And now we're finding support right away on peak volumes over a shorter time frame. Oh, by shorter, I mean February of 2024. So not a short time frame. All the peak volumes under here, we bounced right off of that. Now we're above the first fib. This looks strong too, guys. This looks really strong. Everything looks strong right now. It's sick. All right, Palantir. Let's take a look here. Palantir down 0.5%. I mean, are we shocked? Are we shocked by this, guys? This thing has had bullish. It's had a bullish uptrend since June, really, where it's stalled out, but it's still going up, even though it's got bearish divergences trying to pull it down on the RSI and the MACD. I've really got to remember to add the MACD to this. But it's just this thing is going to trade sideways to down, and you got to be okay with that. And you should own other stuff so that you can benefit from the other stuff and then buy more of this stuff. That's how it works. That's the game. We find our favorite things. We figure out which ones are really doing well. We take a little bit of the chips off of those, and then we put them in our other favorite things. And that's how we get rich. That's how I got rich. So that's how I recommend getting rich. I mean, there's multiple ways to get there, but this is my way. And if you're here, you're trying to figure that out. ARKG up 3.5% on the day. Again, basically 3 white soldiers here. 3 white soldiers into the weekly 50 moving average. I'd say next week we're going to start pushing up near 29, 30. And when we break 30, I can see some violent. I can see us getting into the mid 30s in the next month to a couple of quarters at least getting back up here. And then it's a quick trip to 47. And I make so much fucking money, like $1 million or plus off of this one. I don't know, 1.5. It depends on the velocity of it. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited. All right. Silas says FSLR if possible. Yeah, sure. Disease Kodak. Hey, Jesse, you plan to hold Tesla for the long run, like next 10 to 20 years? Yes. To be in for the humanoid robots or FSD revenue? Yes. 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 Yeah. The only thing I'm not doing. Thank you for your time. Thanks, John. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the $2. Yeah. My goal is to get out of options, obviously, but I want my options to give me like 3 million or something, like 2 to 3 million at least in gains, preferably 4 to 5. I don't know. I'm pretty conservative. So, but if it can give me anywhere from $3 to $5 million, I'll be really happy. And then I'll convert to stock and I'll buy stock in my other favorite things. I told you guys I'm going to slowly get out of options. But yeah, this is my forever. I will hold Tesla until I'm dead. Till I'm dead. However long that is. And maybe well beyond. Disease Kodak holds some BTC. Curious your thoughts. I love Bitcoin. It's going to go up a lot. We're going up to like, we could be at 68 to 70,000 by Monday. That's my thoughts. Cam Prague. Hi, everyone. I guess we're all loving the markets today, and this is just a start. Jesse is the man. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Cam. Kamawa, please review RCAT. I will try and do that. Wednesday NVIDIA earnings. Oh, I'm so excited about that. I will be doing NVIDIA earnings for the first time. I'm going to try to get learned up. I tried to get PAGs done today too, guys, but I just couldn't do it. My schedule is too busy, too many personal things. My nephew having his baby, my daughter starting school, at a new school, and then just everything else in life. I just haven't had enough time. So, but I'll try and get to it. Maybe even Sunday or next week. And then also the miners and just everything else I'm trying to do all at once. I just have to figure out what my priorities are personally. But yeah, NVIDIA is going to be fun. I'm going to learn as much as I can. Christian Soto, can we go over the miners? Yeah, let's do it. Let's go over, let's just check out Bitcoin again real quick. And then we'll get back to the other stuff and just looking at posts and talking through them. Bitcoin is still looking nice. It's consolidating right here at the 64 level. I think that's beautiful. If we look at higher time frames, let's get out of this. We're in the 30 from our conversation earlier. If we look at the daily, we're hitting the 100. Like I said, this is a perfect place to consolidate before we go higher. Next stop, 65,000. low 65s, and then the next stop is going to be 68, low 68s. We'll hang out in both of these places, I think. But 68, if that happens by Monday, holy shit, are we ready to rock in the Bitcoin world? Are we ready to rock? We're ready to rock because we consolidated for a very long time. We've been consolidating really in the same range since March, February, March. We've been in the same range. So it's just gonna scream higher, guys. This is where the patient win. And for all you people who are still here, like I congratulate you because this is our time. This is our time. We win right now. Mara, Mara, only up 11% today. I'm sorry for anybody who owns Mara and expected better than 11%. I apologize. But I do think this is good. And I think that Mara, by like next week, if things go well, could be near 24. You heard it here first. I think I'm crazy enough to believe that we can get to 24 in a week if things persist the way they are. Cole Megna, MMM, potentially 6-year downtrend breakout. Okay, cool. I'll check it out and see what it is. If you have any more information about it you want to talk about too, throw it out there. No more hanging out, Bitcoin. Be the rocket. Yes, it is time for God Candle. But yeah, I'm sorry you guys only got almost 11% today on Mara. For everybody I've recommended that to, I apologize. CleanSpark didn't do that good. It was even worse, I think. It got only 6.23%, but it does have a 3 white soldiers pattern that it's looking to break out of. We could just get rid of this. This one doesn't even need to be here. It's going to hit that soon enough. We'll just put that for our gap fill now. Oh, God, how many of these do I have? Yo. What the fuck? Let me get rid of this one. There we go. Jeez, man. Way too many alerts over a short period of time. All right, so when we get to that, I'll know about it. This looks beautiful. You got to realize we're still down 49% from the recent high. And what am I at right now for CleanSpark for profits? I am down $33,000. So I'm down 12%. But the way this thing's going to rocket, I'm down 12%, but this commodity or investment is down like 50. So first off, wrap your head around that. That's what DCAing, especially using options at the appropriate times, they're risky as fuck, okay? But if you do it at the right time, you make tons of money. Look at this, 15.15%, so an almost 3x versus the underlying investment on CleanSpark. I love that so much, so much. So you people that bought those calls along with me, congratulations. Cypher did 5.54. Again, it's sitting here. It's sitting underneath this next peak in volume, I think. Whatever. This is totally normal. It's like the large caps move first. Bitcoin moves first. MicroStrategy moves first. Mara moves first. The big dogs move first. And that works that way with shitcoins. It works that way in the Bitcoin world. So the big ones move, the MicroStrategies and the big miners move first. Then it'll be like mids and then lows, and then those will be violent. You'll get much greater returns out of companies like Cypher. I mean, it wouldn't be crazy to double in Cypher in the next few weeks, in my opinion. Silas, what do you think the chances are that the 4-year-old Bitcoin cycle will be over or muted going forward with so much? It might change. It might change. It might turn into a 6-year cycle. It might change in different ways because it'll have a more muted effect. That's a 100% legit thing. But that's why we'll analyze all of this stuff and we'll try and come up with the potential lows for Bitcoin too. I think this next cycle, I think the lows are in the 50% range, which is crazy because every cycle they get the amount it drops goes lower, or I should say ends up being higher at a higher level than it was the previous cycle. So you're always doing better every cycle. And that will get even better this next one too. Can you take a look at BITX? I can. Let me pull it up here real quick. I'll get through these real quick, and then we'll look at others. BITX, so up 11.21%. This is supposed to be representing a doubling of Bitcoin, and I mean, it makes sense. It's doing great. It's the pure play for it. So it did really good today, and it's up 66% from the low that it did. When was that? August 5th. So in 2 weeks, you've made 66%. I'm glad I bought this one. It's treated me pretty good. So yeah, that's nice. You got to love those 2x funds, right? Jesse, can you give a comment about Bitcoin Cash? It's shit. Look up Bitcoin Jesus. Yeah, it's just fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. It's dead. Don't own it. That's all I have to say. I don't like wasting my time on things that are shit and don't matter. So, all right, that was my comment. There you go. You got it. I think Hive is flying under the radar, up 11%. There's probably a bunch that are like that have that AI play. I'm willing to bet, and I should probably just look it up over here. I've got. Let me do this real quick. I'll go to the watch list. I'll go to miners, and then I'll do one of these little graph thingamajiggers, and then I'll sort by change. And it looks like MicroStrategy did the best today. Sonny, thank you for joining, dude. Oh, thank you for upgrading too, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, but so MicroStrategy did the best at 12.11%. Mara was next at 11. See, this is exactly what I'm telling you. And then you see a bunch of AI plays in here too. Iron, Hut, like there's a few that are in here. I don't think I have Hive in here, but I should add that one too. But again, you can see kind of which ones are outperforming others. If I check everything, let's just see here. Let's do this. I want to see how all these are competing. They'll only let you do so many in here. So at least if we go back let's check the last 3 months. The best performing asset has been Wolf. Again, an AI play. We got Bit Digital doing good here recently. Hut, Bitfarms, Iron. So the AI narrative did really, really good. Really, really good over a shorter time frame. If we go back a year, we can see Wolf still in the lead, but you can see where CleanSpark's in there. Best miner, in my opinion, bar none. You can see where Bitcoin, just the core asset, has done almost as well as these other ones. So better than most of the miners, right? That's the way it works for a while, but we're getting ready to go way up. Whoa, what the fuck is that? Happy birthday, man. Emotional to see RFK. I don't know what you gave me, but I appreciate it. It's a really big number, but I don't know what it means. But I really appreciate it. Either way, if it's $2 or if it's 5 million, I appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, it was an emotional day, man. Robert F. Kennedy just knocked it out of the park, and yeah, it was beautiful. I loved it. All right, so that's all the minor stuff. Let me go back here. One second. I got some things popping up on my Mac here. I gotta tell them to turn off. All right, let me just make sure I'm not missing anybody here real quick. Adam says, hey, Jesse, thanks for your Options 101 video. I've now placed my first few small calls. When I want to exit and sell off, am I closing the position or just selling it up at the same point? So yeah, that's a great question. So you're actually, you have the ability to sell the contract at any point before it expires. So you're just selling the contract. At the time of expiration, if you're in the money, and let's say you've made money, so your contract, like you're in money by a lot. If you have the money set aside, you can execute the contracts. If you don't have the money set aside to execute the contracts, they become worthless. So when the clock is coming near the end, let's put it this way: 98% of the time, I sell my options way before expiration and never execute them at all. But if you ever get to the point where you're ready for that expiration, you should definitely have the money in your account to be able to execute the trade. And each options contract is 100 shares. So you got to be able to have enough money to buy 100 shares for each options contract. So if you're not a baller, get the fuck out beforehand. Okay? Biggest advice with options. Watch my Options 101 video, guys, too. It's a good one. Wagabond, thank you very much, man. I appreciate you, dude. All right, so let's see here. Everybody's generous. You can tell people are doing good today. They're like, hey, man. MP, thanks for joining too. Rashab, earlier in the conversation, said, hey, Jesse, do you think Sol runs more than CleanSpark? MicroStrategy for the rest of the cycle. What altcoins do you like except Sol? I don't know that I told you guys this, but I can do that real quick. Let me go in real fast. I just need to look at where I have a few of these and log in. If I can. I don't know. I have some tools that are a little funky. Let me just do this. I'm doing this on another screen, so give me 1 second. I gotta find my shit, where it's at. I don't even know. Oh, I don't have my thing. It's probably over here. All right, so I can't do that right now. I have a bunch, man. I have all different kinds. I'll try and talk about what altcoins I hold in the next recap here. I'll definitely put that near the top. There's other indicators I want to show you guys too. So I'll just try and do all that stuff in the next recap and go over those. I do think Sol has the potential to outperform miners, or it'll be close. I kind of think of them. I think of Sol as like it's a large cap nowadays in the Bitcoin in the crypto world, but it's like the premium one that everybody's using for all kinds of purposes this cycle, and it should do really, really well. Does it outperform CleanSpark? Does it outperform Mara? I think it probably outperforms Mara, but I don't know about CleanSpark. I don't know about Cypher. I don't know about some of the other smaller miners. They could do better than Sol potentially. But there's other shitcoins I hold, and I'll show you those on Monday. Yeah, Wolf actually looks good here. I just wanted to show something on Wolf while I'm in here. Look at the base that was established under the .786. So I'm not touching any other miners. I'm bored. Like I don't want to be in every fucking miner. I'm in 3. I'm good. But I do like this setup for Wolf. It looks very bullish. It looks like a run to the 650 range is not crazy soon. Happy birthday. Thank you, Vagabond. Master the game. MSTX did well today. Oh, fuck. I'm sure it did. What was that, a 1.75 or something? Let me see. So that's a multiplier to MicroStrategy stock. So that must not have... Oh, 20... Yeah, it is a 2x. 20.75% on MSTX. Congrats, guys. God, I can't imagine playing that with options. I'd get sick. Seriously. Can you just imagine how much you swing in a day? Woo! All right. ETH. Did you mean ETH or ETHU? Are you talking about Ethereum? Ethereum? You just want me to look up Ethereum? I can do that. I'll do that. Pak Chiu. I love the name. All right. Ethereum up 5% on the day. This looks beautiful. This is such a beautiful pattern right here. Kind of like a triangle. I'd say an ascending triangle. If we just do it this way, let me just show you what a breakout looks like, right? So like, let's call this our resistance line. This is the top of the triangle, right? So this is going to be our red zone. And then over here, oh, let me do another one. Oh, it's a 2x ETH ETF. Well, it's just going to look like this, but sicker. This is where the signal is, though. So you see this? This is called an ascending triangle, and we're getting ready to break out of it for Ethereum. So if that's a 2x Ethereum ETF, then you got 10x right now, and you're going to see more X's coming in your future, because we could go to 2,900 or something pretty quick, which would give you another 5%, or if you're running that, a total of 20. So if you add 5 onto this, you get 10, and then 2x it, it's 20. So that's to the next moving average. I think that could happen in short order, man. The market is ready to scream higher right now. So it could do really, really good. All right, I do want to do some... We didn't do a bunch of other stuff. Let's see. Economic calendar, we're good. CNN Fear and Greed Index. Let's refresh here and see where we're sitting. 53. So we're not in greed. That's good. That's good. Let's go here. Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Let's see where we're sitting. We're still at 34. So it's really nowhere. Cool. That's actually nice. John Murs, thank you for the additional tip again, man. I got some more comments I need to get caught up on. So real quickly, so I've said this for a while. I think the probability of one rate cut is going to increase and increase and increase. It looks like right now, though, we're at 65.5, so we actually saw that drop a little bit, and the hope for 2 is probably because of Papa Powell and just as affectionate as he was about rate cuts and switching his policy. So I think a decent amount of it is probably that. So, but that's good, though. I don't think rate cuts hurt us right now, so I'm okay with that. Layoffs. Let's look at the layoffs for 2024. Have they went up? Are we seeing people getting laid off en masse? Let's take a look here and see how much this has changed. So we don't really see much, right? We see Cayo in New York, unlisted number, and then that last thing, the Skip the Dishes from Winnipeg, Canada, which we do not give a shit about. So it looks like things are pretty docile and chill there. I do want to look at something else. I don't know. I don't think we're going to see anything here for representation and polling right now because of what's happened with RFK. But just again, one thing I wanted to point out, just so you guys understand the political environment and where we're at. So these are very biased towards like 9 to 1 of these. So Rasmussen is where is it even on here? Right now at +3. That is the most accurate one you can find. So there's a bump. It was +5 at one point. So Kamala did do better. But I would say that Rasmussen is a much closer representation, and if anything, it errs by 1 point towards the liberal Democratic side. So I would still call this +4, and I would also say that you get confirmation of that because if you look up here, this day in history says August 23 of 2020 when Biden and Trump were running against each other. Biden was winning by 7.8. Harris is only winning by 1.5. So that is 6.3 points better that Biden was doing. And this is before what just happened with Robert F. Kennedy and Trump, okay? So before that, we're seeing a significant difference where Biden was outperforming Harris versus right now. And we know we have that extra point of bias too for the Rasmussen poll. And then we know all these aggregates are leaning heavily liberal. So, and historically, they just always are wrong, right? In the liberal side, in direction, at least in the last like several elections. So Clinton, too, also in 2016 was up by 5.5. She was performing 4 points better than Harris. And this doesn't even show these polls. Most of these end like this one here ends on the 21st. The others are 8/18, 8/16, 8/13. They aren't even calculating how shitty the DNC was into all of this for most of these polls because they're several days old. So they're going to wrap that in, and we're going to have the bump from Robert F. Kennedy, and this is how much better they were performing before. So it's just like there is going to be such a wicked shift in here. It's going to be insane. Real quickly, I wanted to look at inventory for Tesla, and then we're going to jump into X comments too. I don't want to miss all this stuff. We're seeing Model Y inventories go up. We're seeing Model 3 go up. But really, we're seeing a stagnant like Model S and X, and I think that's good. None of these numbers are really big numbers, though. You can see where the Y has already been at other peaks outside of this, and the 3 has been going up, but they need to ramp that because the new 3 is in high demand, and so they've increased volume a lot, too, for this. So I just think that all of this is good. I think all of this is good, in my opinion. None of this is bad. The inventories look great for Tesla. Let's look here. So we'll see if we can go over economic data first and just make sure I didn't miss anything else. Oh, I do have to show this, guys. Joe tore up Elizabeth Warren today. He tore her up. You got to see this. I'm going to let him do it. So he does his part, asks his question. She rails on for a while. Kind of sounds like she's smart. Typical. If you don't know Elizabeth Warren and don't know how stupid the content of what she has to say is, then you would think that she knows what she's talking about. But he lets her get to the end and then just fucking destroys her. And it's great. Watch.
I can paint you a picture of how that would work and how it's worked in the past, where we've tried to artificially hold prices down. Competition doesn't come in. People don't, like if beef is too high, people don't move the chicken. The competitors don't come in to undercut where the beef prices are. Nothing works when you try to artificially
arrogant, smug,
control
bitch-ass
prices.
face.
It's just a supply and demand issue. It's a flawed idea.
So did you have a question here?
Yes. Why would you propose a flawed idea when the real problem,
so let me
if you really want to help the
question.
middle class, if you really sincerely want to help people having trouble at the grocery store, it's not price gouging that's the issue. And if you look at it seriously and really want to help them, then let's do something about it together. Fine.
I understand if you want to do a lecture about this, but let's just start with where have you been for the last 30 years as 36 states have price gouging laws, and they have used them effectively. States like Texas and Florida, they've used price gouging laws. Price gouging laws are not price control. Price gouging laws are to say, sometimes markets go off the rails. And when they do, we need some ways to get them back on the rails. We need some curbs on that behavior. So, for example, we watched in the pandemic how prices went up for a whole lot of reasons. They went up partly because we had supply chain kinks. We had problems because of the war in Ukraine that cuts supplies of certain commodities. And one of the things that happened as a result of that is there were corporations that said, whoa, now that we have inflation, now that prices are up overall, this is a great opportunity for us to raise prices, not just in passing along costs, but to go way, way, way above that. And how do we know that it was way, way above just passing along costs? Look at what happened to their profit margins. If they'd just been passing along costs, profit margins would have stayed about the same. But for some industries, some companies, profit margins shot.
So again, she's very good at sounding smart and like she knows what she's talking about. But just wait.
up. And do you know where they shot up most often? It was in companies or in industries where there was a lot of concentration, a lot of market power, places where the market is not functioning competitively. So you end up with someone, you remember we all talked about egg prices. You end up with something like this giant egg producer, Cal-Maine. And Cal-Maine raises the price of eggs. Their profit margins increased by 718%. That's not just passing along costs.
Senator,
and that is a time
that's sophistry. Your example on Kraft. Your example on Kraft is even worse.
You finished first.
He's literally trying to take her example and destroy her with it, but she won't let him finish.
The interview is only going to be 6 minutes.
Around the country that already have price gouging laws.
Can I tell you why that those are fallacious and misleading at best? And your Kraft analogy is even. Why can't I tell you? Please let me tell you. Kraft, you say, was 440% profit increase. The example you used, the prior quarter from the year before, they had a charge of $1.3 billion, an accounting change which wiped out profits. Then they earned what they normally. Let me finish now. They earned.
You didn't let me finish. Look at the data. Come on. We have economic study now after economic study.
This is the way it always goes.
When there is more concentration,
40 million eggs were destroyed because of avian flu.
When there is more concentration in an industry, we have seen much greater increases in
Do you attribute the inflation?
Margins.
That's what you think we need to do to solve it?
They're not random. They are not random one-offs. It is part of the problem when you've got companies that are gouging consumers on prices. Consumers need to know they've got somebody on their side.
Senator,
and
listen, we're trying to help. We're trying to actually do.
Where are you in the 37 states that currently have price gouging laws?
Just quickly on that point, Senator Warren,
this is
Kelly here. Can I just clarify how this would work?
This is the way you never lose an argument because no one can ever say anything back to you, Senator.
The state price gouging laws take
because nobody can say anything back to you. Anyway, that's Senator Warren, guys. Give her a big round of applause. This is Vivek talking about unrealized capital gains and why they're so stupid. I'm going to skip it for now. This we already know happened. Yeah, a lot of this I covered in the earlier one too. I'm going to skip the economic. Let's go down and see what we have for Tesla news, and then we'll hit Bitcoin, and then I'll probably try and look at a few tickers here. All right, so Tesla launches Amazon storefront. Again, I don't know what this means, but there is one. You can see it underneath it here. So maybe this is like some advertising with Amazon on their store to try and get people directed towards Tesla. I don't know. I'll let you know when I figure it out. I wanted to show this. This is amazing. So this is Elon posting a post from a long time ago, 13 years ago. It said, Elon Musk 13 years ago, a fully rapid reusable rocket is barely possible. SpaceX is going to try to do it. We could fail, but we're going to try to do it. 13 years later, Falcon 9 is now 75% reusable and requires several days between flights. Starship is designed to be 100% reusable and ultimately be ready to fly within an hour of landing and getting caught by Mechazilla. This is the key to becoming multiplanetary. This is the guy you're betting on when you bet on Tesla, guys. The guy who does impossible things and then makes them possible. Somebody here, AJ posted, this is a comparison between the Cybertruck and the newly launched GMC Sierra EV, and it looks like on paper, oh hey, it's about the same price. Well, this one's going to drop to $80,000 soon instead of $100,000, so it'll be $20,000 cheaper. And this one over here, they can't make it a profit. And sure, it's got an extra 100+ miles of range. That's the only good thing on here. Okay, that's the only good thing really is the extra bit of range. Nothing. It's slower because it's fat and it's heavy. It looks the exact same as every other GMC. There's no kids running up to you screaming, it's a Cybertruck. But also, on top of paying $20,000 more for it, again, GM is losing on every one of these trucks. And the Cybertruck is going to be cash flow positive by the end of this year, per Elon Musk. So I just got to say, this comparison is not even remotely fair. The Cybertruck will be $20,000 lower. And it will be the vehicle that people look at, the vehicle that people are excited about. And this other one won't. And they can't make money on it. And if you don't believe a Cybertruck is cool, look at the tires. Compare the Model 3 tire to my Cybertruck tire. Can you see the difference here? These things are beasts. Also, Neo. Somebody showed the interface with Neo down at the bottom versus the Tesla interface. Do they look similar? Does it look like China is just literally, and this company just literally stole what Tesla does? Because that's what they did. Sanawaki said Tesla to invest $13.5 million in green tech development in Malaysia and includes developing the charger infrastructure. Love that. Also, I wanted to put this out here because Alex made a really good point. He said, never forget the Biden and Harris administration gaslit America and the entire world because they were in the pockets of the unions. They didn't hesitate to do real harm to the most American automaker and its 70,000 plus American workers for the sake of their corrupt political interests. Again, this is bullshit.
EV summit.
Let's see here real quick. Let's listen to Elon.
Without any doing nothing to provoke the Biden administration, they held an electric vehicle summit at the White House and specifically refused to let Tesla attend. This was in the first 6 months of the administration.
Isn't that cool? These are the people you're going to vote for?
We're like, we literally make more electric cars than everyone else combined. Why are we not allowed? Why are you only letting Ford, GM, Chrysler, and UAW,
FSLR.
and you're specifically disallowing us from the EV summit at the White House? We've done nothing to provoke them. Then Biden went on to add insult to injury and publicly said that GM was leading the electric car revolution.
A lot of you guys already know this, but it pisses me off, and I don't understand how people could think to vote for an administration that's done such harm to Tesla and to Elon Musk personally, and not to mention everything else that's happened, okay? 60% of all satellites in the Earth's orbit are now Starlink. I know, isn't that fucking crazy? 1010, Robotaxi. We're looking at just amazing stuff happening here in 1010. Tesla China, we've got Giga Shanghai produced 88,553 vehicles in July, the highest production volume this year. Awesome. So we're starting to ramp in China. Good. SpaceX. I'm sorry, what the fuck is happening? They're doing the highest Earth orbit ever, the first ever commercial spacewalk, and testing a new EVA suit. SpaceX, guys. This is the guy that you're investing in. The guy who builds the future for the world. Look at that spacesuit. That looks insane. This is just amazing. All right, we got Colorado residents can now receive a $5,350 point-of-sale credit buying a Tesla. So you get a $7,500 tax credit plus a $350 instant credit. Amazing. Holmar's catalog said rates are coming down. We got confirmation today, right? FSD can drive for hours without intervention. The new Model 3 looks amazing. The new Model Y is coming. The Cybertruck is a huge hit. New, more affordable models starting production in 2025. The Cybercab unveil on 1010. The energy business is booming. Tesla is down. Can't resist. Bought a share. This is signal, guys. Omar giving it to you real. He's telling you should be buying, and you should, right? Again, just there's so much going on with this company. There's so much going on with Tesla right now. And if Trump wins, which it looks like he's going to, Elon will be a huge benefactor of that. So I hope you guys realize what's coming and just how good things can get. Let's see what else we got here for Bitcoin. Oh, this is a warning. If you own Tron, I would not fucking own Tron if you own this shitcoin. Justin Sun, listen to this. The Block reported that USDD, Justin Sun's stablecoin, is currently unbacked. Tron, the Justin Sun, reassured users that there is nothing to worry about after the Tron DAO Reserve removed nearly $750 million worth of Bitcoin backing the stablecoin on Wednesday. So this is the bullshit of all the shit coins, right? It's like, oh, hey, don't worry, guys. We're backed by Bitcoin. Oh, where'd the Bitcoin go? Don't worry about it. I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say. Watch your shitcoins, okay? Also, Bitcoin, the ETF inflows for 10 days out of 12 days, super positive. We love this. Russia launching 2 crypto exchanges. They're trying to do this so that they can have digital versions of their CBDC, but they're integrating with the crypto markets. They're trying to use this, I think, for inflows, just to get money into their country and be able to exchange without having to use the SWIFT payment system. I don't know. I think it's good. I think it's good. It's good for Bitcoin, and I think it's probably good for the world to not have Swift controlling everybody's money. Chicken Genius again said the chart shows Bitcoin with money printing 69,420 before September rate cuts due to markets front running. I love the 69,420 number that he came up with. It's actually really close to that, so it's funny too. I can see why I made the joke. He shows this formula down here for global liquidity. It's a little bit different than what than the stuff that Michael Howell does, but it gets you in the same place, right? It shows that global liquidity is rising and that we're doing well. Safe landing confirmed for now. I don't think safe landing is going to be totally dependent upon global liquidity over the next year and a half. It will make the market go up. Is it going to be safe after it stops going up? I don't know. I don't think so. Anyway, Lightning, David Marcus, I love this guy when he stood in front of Congress years ago trying to represent Coinbase. He was a good dude. Anyway, Lightning, he switched hands a few times now, and now he works with Coinbase. He said, Lightning used to be for tiny transactions, not anymore. Coinbase just enabled single transactions of up to $10,000 powered by LightSpark, a Lightning Network company on the Bitcoin block. Fucking awesome. There's going to be more of that in the future. Bitcoin will be a payment tool. Just wait. Bitcoin Archive said Bitcoin processed $36.6 trillion of transactions in 2023. Isn't that insane? That's more than double. Oh, I hit the button. I hit a button. That's more than double MasterCard and Visa combined. Now, a lot of this is trading right now, but it shows, especially with Lightning, what is capable and what is coming. Again, another reference to the 100 million users that are on Coinbase that can now use the Bitcoin Lightning Network to be able to transfer up to $10,000. Pretty cool. That's it for the Bitcoin stuff. I think let me do First Solar here real quick. Let me pull that one up. I'll get through a few more of your guys' requests. I am getting a little tired. I'm probably going to bail a little early. I got to see my nephew, my nephew's baby. It's weird to say, but I gotta see him here still too before we head. I want to be able to say hi to him one more time. He's just a little tiny dude. He's got these little swollen feet. He's still in the NICU, but he's beautiful. All right. First Solar up 5.87%. Again, the solar sector should benefit from a lowering dollar, lowering dollar potentially, but more so from the lowering rates. That's what I meant to say. And if we look at First Solar, growth 25% year over year. The only thing that was I should say this, the forward PE is only 17, and that's really because this market has tightened a lot. If we look at the yearly, you can see how they've weathered the storm, like I would argue, really well, considering how crazy the market's been. But also, too, there's just problems with this company over the years. I don't know. Let's look. So we do have strong growth for revenue. We're starting to see net income picking up, 349. That's nice. What are the estimates, though, going forward? Sorry, let me go in the right place. They're looking good, man. EPS and net revenue. This might actually be a really interesting play, dude. Lots of institutional ownership. Institutions have been buying. Lots of selling in 2020, but that was during the peak. These guys were like peak. I don't blame them for selling. What would be inspiring is to see them buy, but if you see them buy, the price probably goes up a lot. And the price has done all right. It's been growing along with the revenues, but it's only 17. The thing I struggle with is I don't understand the solar market as well. I just don't understand how well they're going to be able to profit in the future. Like if things really start to suck in China, does that help their business? I just don't know enough from a fundamental standpoint, but it does look cheap. It looks cheap at a 17 forward PE. And maybe that PE can jump. I don't know. But interesting. Very interesting, man. Let me see what else here. I'm trying not to skip too many people here. I am a little tired, and I might call it a little bit early just because tomorrow is my birthday. So let me see if there's anything else. I might call it for today, guys. I think I will. I know it's a little early, but I also started early too, so I've been going for an hour. I think I'm going to call it. I will do. Oh no, wait. I better do. Some people paid. All right, Cole put MMM for $2. I got to do that. I can't pass that up, dude. I can't mess you up. All right, MMM. I do have it on here. Let me pull it up. Wow, still doing good. Yeah, this one found a nice base on the .618, and this is 3M. Cool. It looks like it's going higher. I mean, it looks like what it'll do is it'll test the 137 range and maybe stop there. It all depends on what their fundamentals look like. They're a $71 billion company, so they're a big one. Let me look up here real quick. I don't remember their financials very well. I feel like they're a steady Eddie with growth, but let me see, is that true? Actually declining in revenue, but the PE is only 17, so again, it's cheaper. If looking at this, just looking at this, it looks very similar. It's at least forward PE looks very similar to First Solar, but First Solar just looked like it had such a better setup. It's kind of dying. Look how the revenues are continuing to drop. Are we just lowering costs? We're lowering expenses a lot. They're probably doing layoffs or something. They're trying to build up cash and lower their debt. That's probably good. They were buying back stock for a while, but it just doesn't look healthy as a company. Even though we do see, again, insider buys that have been going on for a long time. So they believe in their company, and the forward PE is low. It's under 20. That's not a huge number. Stock-based comp is 2.46 now because their revenue. Yeah, I don't know. This just doesn't strike me as a very interesting company in this day and age, dude. I gotta say, with everything else that's out there, there's so much going on. I don't find a lot of interest in this one. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody else who tipped real quick here. Looking. If you missed and you tipped, you tell me later, man, and I'll hook you up. All right, I think that's it for now, guys. I think I'm going to call it. I'm tired, and I want to get to my weekend. I want to get to having fun. It's ended so good. I love you guys. Again, thank you for everything. I feel like we got to play a video that's going to be fun here. Let me see if I can find something in my list. I think all-time high is what we're going with today, guys, because we got good stuff in front of us. Yeah, I think that's the one. We're playing all-time high. You guys take it easy. Have a great weekend. I love you all, and I will see you probably Sunday, if nothing else. Bye, guys.
Well. You know what time it is. Whew. We back, baby. Bitcoins, shitcoins, or NFTs. There's no greater feeling than hitting that sweet. Old time high in this bitch. Watch it pump to the sky. We just buy and get rich. Old time high in this bitch. Watch it pump, baby. We just buy and get rich. Run it back. We back in the black. We back in the green. Got the team all around me. We rowdy and causing scenes. Where you been? Grab a cup, baby. Come and take a sip. Oh my bad, yo, what's up? Man, you didn't buy the dip. Oh, that's rough. Oh, that's tough. Oh, that's really gotta suck. Only problem that we got is that we didn't buy enough. Man, I joke. Man, I kid. Know exactly what we did. Now we pull up in the whip. Cause we just hit. Old time high in this bitch. Watch it pump to the sky. We just buy and get rich. Old time high in this bitch. Watch it pump, baby. We just buy and get rich. Got my family on the phone, they asking what they should buy. I say a time machine to take you back to when I was trying to get you buying on the low instead you trying to buy high. I guess it's time for me to sell this shit and wave it goodbye. Like sayonara, I don't wanna be stuck there with the bag. Don't be mad, I'm just saying I'm taking some of the cash that we stacked up, baby, cause we out of here. As we blast up straight into the stratosphere. Right through the old time high in this bitch. Watch it pump to the sky, we just buy and get rich. Old time high in this bitch. Watch it pump, baby, we just buy and get rich. Old time high in this bitch. Watch it pump to the sky, we just buy and get rich. Old time high in this bitch. Watch it pump,